it's hard. I'm trying to just recollect that what was. But their second goal essentially was a carbon copy of the Luton goal. The boy just peeled off of Botman or Shaw, whoever, and just isolated Dan Burn. And it was a brilliant finish. I mean, it was a wonderful goal. I'm not taking anything away from the finish at all. But again, you can see from our coverage what, Chris, you probably would have seen. I don't know, Tony, what you've seen in terms of your coverage, but the camera angle just off the corner flag, you see Sven Botman screaming at him to go and close the ball down. And he didn't. He did, but it was half-hearted. It was, do I go? Do I sit? Do I just track and push him out wide? Not expecting the shot. And that's the problem. See, and this is my bigger problem. We can dissect earlier in the game, but this is my problem. As a coach, as a confidence level, you don't hold somebody off after that occurs. I've been banging on this drum a while in terms of then you bring Tino on and not had similar problems. It took the lad off. Semedo, that took him off. So that makes Tino's life a little bit easier. But don't take him off. Keep him on. And for me, and I've said it before, go to a 3. Go to a 3. If you're going to bring Tino on, keep him on, because when in defensive moments in the game, defensively, when they were pushing, within the 10 minutes of stoppage time or even earlier than that, they were throwing balls in. They were, fair play to the ball. That's a tactic. So we lost height defensively, and we had a couple of corners. We've lost height. Excuse me. So for me, not saying he was I'll give him the worst performance of the day, to be perfectly honest, was I would have hauled Miggy off.
Oh, yeah.
Way earlier than what they did. I would have changed the shape completely, like I said, in NUFC Matters, and I said on this show previously in the week, they overloaded our midfield. I didn't expect. I believe they would have went man to man, and they did. They stopped us playing. Their high press was good. So their first one was just a calamity. However, again, if you look, there's a replay, there's a still of it when Botman gets the ball and Lewis Miley's pinned up against their right back. If Botman just has a bit more thought, rather than playing Dubravka, which puts him under massive amount of pressure, by the way, if you just clip it into Lewis Miley when he's pinned up against their fullback, he can bring the ball in, we'll get out. We'll miss their the press is, will nullify what they're doing, which we've done all game. But again, it's those moments and little decisions that we're just quite happy to keep the ball at the back and move it out and build it up, which I understand, I appreciate. I coach it every day. I coach it with 7-year-olds. I coach it with 12-year-olds. But at the same time, sometimes you've just got to go long like we did. But not in that specific moment, if Botman just clips it down the line with his left foot, even if it goes into the east stand, that's not a problem. We haven't conceded a goal. We can get set and have a structure behind the ball. But that was my big thing in terms of hauling Burn off and make him, again, the scapegoat in terms of what occurred. Yes, there was no recovery from our midfield. Granted, now you're running uphill. But again, it's the 1 versus 1 defending element that I have a problem with it, and it's becoming to the head, and he's getting isolated based on the way that we play, because we'll heavily go down the right, and typically Burn will tuck and make a 3, but he's not doing that because he's more worried about the opposition right-sided player, and he's not tucking in. Look, you can have all that space. You can have all of that. It's going to take a worldly of a pass to get to you. Have it. But again, that's just me. I was disappointed that in Eddie Howe's game management in terms of substitutions, it was quite baffling at times. Granted, I haven't got any centre forwards, but at the same time, it was quite odd of his subs and when he did it and who he brought on. Glad to see Joe White come on for his debut, but is that really the moment that you put in a young lad coming back from a loan to try and get you something out of the game? Look, he done well when he came on. He kept it. It was simple and all the rest of it. But at the same time, it's like, well, why Eddie Howe's making a rod for his own back here by all the fan scrutiny against one certain player. Well, why haul him off? So he's not helping the situation. He's making the situation worse. Yes, Dan Burn could have done a lot better. Of course he could have done. But he's not helping the situation, in my opinion. However, I nearly flipped my TV's kind of set in a little cove in the wall, but that TV almost came off it, like out of it, when Matt Ritchie scored, who was unexpected. And I said, what are you bringing him on for? But lo and behold, he gets the equaliser and all the rest of it. But again, I thought Bournemouth had a brilliant game plan to unsettle us and make it bitty, make it, pulling of shirts and all of it, just little niggly things. And I thought the referee forgot his cards in the first half, but to be fair, he was consistent, but that's what you want from a referee. But at the same time, there's certain levels of consistency that you have to understand where we can't, fair's fair. I mean, it was just a weird, odd game, but that's Premier League football for you.